much, young one.
What you guys are looking at is the newest and finest addition to Kyber Sabers' site. This is a much higher quality saber that I'm getting to showcase here. What we have is an 89 Sabers Episode 5 Graflex with a crystal reveal chassis, which is just super nice. You're going to get to see more of that later on in the video. For those of you who don't know already, 89 Sabers hilts are a higher tier saber in terms of accuracy, functionality, and features like the crystal reveal chassis that this saber has. It's a lot better than the standard LGT or TXQ hilts, which you see resold by so many different companies out there today. I will say that I've always really disliked the Graflex. It's just not for me. I know it's a big, huge fan favorite. I've never liked the way that it looked, but until owning this one, that was my opinion. Now it has changed a bit, and I'm not just saying that for the video because I'm not obligated to say that for this video. I am genuinely starting to love this saber. I find myself to be in the situation a lot where I don't like a saber until I own it. Same with Mace Windu's or Darth Vader's. I never liked them until I owned them. Let's go ahead and unbox this real quick. This comes in the standard 89 Sabers box, which you have seen before on my channel. Boom. The first thing in the box is actually a thank you card, which I think is super nice that Kyber's does this. As far as I'm aware, Kyber Sabers and Saber Trio are the only places that give you a thank you card, and I think it's just a little nice gesture to have when you open up the box. We also have a blade plug, which I really like this one. A lot of the times I'm not a fan of the blade plugs that Sabers come with, but this one is very fitting and it looks very good within this saber, and I like it a lot. Next up, we have a very, very tiny flathead screwdriver inside this bag. This will actually be your Allen tool to tighten down your retention screw for your blade. Next, we have a charger, which I've said it before, I'm a big fan of these chargers. They're plain and simple, and they're really nice. They get the job done. And lastly, we have the stand that this saber is sitting on currently. On the stand, you'll see that it says 89 Sabers, Luke Skywalker, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, and it even says high-end collector's edition down in the bottom left, which I think is super nice, and it just really adds to the high-end feeling that this saber gives when you buy it. That is it as far as the unboxing goes. That was very, very simple. There's not a whole lot to them. 89 Sabers boxes typically are very plain and simple, and I like that. You can also use my code TUKA on anything at Kyber's site, and it will help support me a bit, and it will help you save some credits as well. This is the part where I run through the saber and show you guys how to use it, and let you know what you need to know so you don't mess anything up. First thing you're going to do, lift up this clamp here on the side. Just like that. You're going to feel it come loose immediately. The first thing you're going to do after lifting up that clamp is to push up. You can see that space just opened up. Twist and pull. Just like that. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to doing that because you can get stuck sometimes and feels like it's not going to come off, but it will. You have to get up over this little bump on this part of the hilt, and then you can slide it out. The first thing we have here is a metal covering over the chassis. I don't know if there's a specific name for this or not, but it's really nice. The LEDs will shine through this as well. Let's go ahead and spin this off. Put that to the side, and we can see here on the side of the chassis it says 89 Sabers. We got the speaker on the bottom as always. There's no positive or negative markings for the battery, but the positive is going this way towards the emitter of the hilt. You don't ever want to put your battery in the wrong way or it will fry the board. On this side of the chassis, you have the Profi board. You can see the port to connect and the SD card right below it. Very easily accessible. I'll go ahead and put the battery in the saber now. We have the positive going towards the emitter again. You're not going to hear any noises when you put this in, but just go ahead and push the power button back here. My favorite part about this hilt honestly has to be the chassis and the accent LEDs at the bottom. You can see you have an LED bar graph on this side, which is stunning in person, and these Death Star type of walls with another accent LED at the bottom. I absolutely love this chassis. It is so nice. Any effect like blaster deflection going on with your blade will also show up down here on the side LEDs. On the back, you have your main power button. And on the side, you have your secondary auxiliary button, which you push downwards. You don't push down on it, you push downwards, going this way. And this does push down like a button, but it doesn't actually do anything. And this right here is the flathead retention screw, which will tighten down your blade. You do have all the motion controls on this, so you can twist on and off. Stab on. And swing on. One of my favorite things about this saber is if I have the saber pointed any other way other than straight up, the font direction will change.
Master Qui-Gon. At last we must.
Rey Skywalker.
And then point it up.
At last we Master Qui-Gon.
Jedi scum.
I love that so much. It is super easy to use this saber. And then if we go ahead and slide the metal covering back on, it looks really cool coming out of these holes right here. And then on this side, another LED shining through. It looks so good. You can see that my metal covering is actually a bit scratched up, and that's from learning how to take this apart. But if you just follow what I said, you'll be fine. When you want to put this back together, line up these holes with this slot. Push all the way up, twist to the left, pull down, and then close that clamp, and that is how you put that together. Alright, I'm out here, we're about to start spinning. One thing before I start is I'm not going to be doing all the fancy tosses and spins that I normally do because this is a saber I actually do not want to drop. So, I'm going to try and keep this one nice. This is more of a shelf queen type of saber, so I don't expect it to spin super well, but we'll see. Whoa. My blade came out. close out the video, I'm going to go over just a handful of fonts that came on this saber that I really enjoyed. It came with 39 in total, plus the battery level indicator, which that's quite a lot of fonts to be honest, so that's good.
Darth Vader.
Jedi scum.
You are under arrest, my lord.